One of the most noticeable fallouts of the success Adegor story was the immediate commencement of renovation of Okochebo Primary School 2 in Sapele Delta State. The recent incidents of collapsed buildings across the country has also been trailed by renewed vigor to see to the realization of adequate legislative framework to prosecute those circumventing public plans and procedures. These measures and actions have received commendations, but not without reservations about the huge losses, especially irreparable and irreplaceable human lives, which are preventable.
We have to be on our toes, citing what government is doing right and what they're not doing right, without politicizing it. It is the responsibility of government to be accountable to the public.
It is important that people are aware that your buildings are supposed to be constructed by experts. We have licensed engineers.
The government should put law that will make the building to last.
Dilapidated buildings, abandoned projects, which become breeding grounds for criminals, are common sight across the country.
When building is not in use, the thing will depreciate.
The maintenance culture in Nigeria, they don't know how to maintain. They only know how to use.
May they make the environment, make it clear now.
Taking good care of that place, so that the place won't look unkept.
Buildings like this that is meant for an health center and is not used, it is somehow, because the purpose of the building is to have a health center in the area so that those persons that are sick can be having a close by hospital to run to before they are taken to a bigger hospital.
My friend won't born. No health center to run at, to go born. So before they rush and reach general hospital, the baby give up for inside. But if this health center where they abandon, if you really they walk, this kind of thing not go happen.
Wait a minute. Indulge me to give a voice to the question on your lips. What happens to the budgetary allocation meant to either complete or maintain some of these public infrastructures?
One thing we need to understand is that government has to be a continuum. We say it's a continuum, but in practice it is really not a continuum. You have one government come in and abandon a project in ideology that the public fund has been spent on. Some of these buildings have depreciated over the time because of maybe lack of maintenance, and you see the buildings falling apart. It should either be sold, partnership should be entered with private bodies, where it's converted into the same use that government intended, or for something else as they so desire.
Policies of government are largely responsible for all these structures which are non-functional, and the thought processes that go into wanting to carry out these projects need to be re-examined. A developer can approach the owners, government in this case, and express his desire to use these unused structures for purposes that can bring economic benefit back again to government.
The consensus is that every Nigerian's consciousness should be awakened and reawakened to the fact that making Nigeria walk in the desired direction is a collective responsibility. They should ensure that relevant authorities in charge of these projects or buildings are held accountable in maintaining and fully utilizing them. In Sapele, Delta State, I'm Willie Okonto Okolo, NTA News.